In regards to the video, how to extract a dynamic list with multiple criteria in Excel, I'm going to walk through actually how to build that formula. So in this column E, it's going to be an index formula. So I'm going to type equals index tab. My array, which means the results I want to pull in, is going to be column A here, and I'm going to hit F4 to lock that. My row number is going to use the small, if, and row functions. So the small function asks for an array and a k number. Now the array is going to use the if function to do that. So I'm going to say if, and I'm going to have two criteria, so I need to put each of those criteria in its own set of parentheses. So first I want to know if column B here, and I'm going to lock that, equals a y, which I have in cell H1. Again, I'll hit my F4 key to lock that. Close that parentheses, and I'll multiply that times the other criteria, which is the data in column C, hit F4 to lock that, is greater than or equal to the $25 amount I had here in cell I1, and again I'll lock that. So that's my criteria for the if function. That's my logical test. Now my value if true, I just want to return the row numbers of the items that meet those two criteria. So I'm just going to select the same list of row numbers. I could have chosen column A, B, C, it didn't matter. I'll lock that, close that parentheses, and I'll close my if function here. So if I look at the if statement here, if those two criteria are true, give me the row number, and I hit F9, you'll see row number 2, which is Jeremy Wright, $25. It's a Y and $25. Row number 5, Susan Nelson, a Y and $50. Row number 9, row number 12, 15, etc. Those are the results of those two criteria, if those are true, giving me the row number. Now, for the first item in that, I want the k value of the small function, which is I want the first smallest, which I'm going to use the row function to do that. And I'm just going to put row 1, 1. So as I copy it down, that'll change to row 2, which will give me a number 2, a number 3, a number 4, which is the first smallest, second smallest, third smallest of those row numbers that meet that criteria. I'll close the small function. Now I want to subtract a 1 here because I don't want the row number 2. I want it to be a 1, which is the first row within my index range, which starts in row A2. So I need to subtract a 1 there. And so that's my row number, my column number. I only have one column in my array for my index function, so I'm going to put a 1. I can leave that blank and just not enter anything there. And if I hit enter, it gives me Jeremy Wright, which again is the first situation where I have a Y and it's equal to or greater than $25. And if I copy that down, I get all the rest of the individuals that meet that criteria. But I also get these errors here, so I want to wrap this in an if error function. So I'm going to type if error and then go to the end, comma, and what's the value if it's an error? I'm going to put just double quotes, which means enter a blank. And now when I copy that down, it will eliminate all the error messages that I get at the bottom. So for example, if I change Lisa Mitchell here to only $20, notice her name disappears from the group. I'm going to hit Control Z to put that back, and that would be the case of any other one that would work that way. If Diana Walker turned into a Y, her name would be added because again, she would be a yes and greater than or equal to $25. So that's how that formula is built.